Welcome to Secret Message Television. I'm John Kelly from YourInnerVoice.com, also the Vancouver UFO Examiner for Examiner.com. I'm joined today by Jessica Schab, all the way from Spain. Thank you for joining us on the show today, Jessica. It's wonderful to see you, and looking forward to hearing from you today about your UFO ET contact experiences and the new information that you are receiving while on tour in Europe. Great to be with you again, Jessica. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, John. It's nice to see you again, digitalized.
Well, I was so fortunate to have a chance to sit with you earlier this year at I think it was your birthday party, and really get some insights from some of your background and your experiences locally, and what has made you such a lightning rod in the whistleblower and New Age communities. People are fascinated with your stories. We know you have a wonderful audience online. Tell us more, though, about, let's say, your background with regards to contact, ET contact, UFO contact, these kinds of things. Is this something that has been with you for a long time?
Yes, but I only became aware of it when I was 16, but it has been going on, I realized, since I was even younger. Since, let's say, when I started to get familiar about this, I asked about my parents, why are these beings trying to contact me, and who are they? And it was the Pleiadians at that time. But, you know, I see all the races as stepping stones, because I'm working with other races as well right now. But when I asked my dad, he said that, for example, when I was asking about St. Jessie, he said, well, she had come to me when you were in your mother's stomach and said that I must name you after her, and so that, you know, helped me get a better understanding. But still, I don't know the connection fully. Why she came to him and told him that. I see her as I see guides as I don't know how to explain it here. A lot of people think that they are their guides from the future, but, you know, there's a lot of girls claiming to be St. Jessie. I'm not claiming to be St. Jessie. I just have a neat connection with her that I'm trying to understand. On my father's side, he's had constant ET contact. On my mother's side, we have a grandfather who is telekinetic and all kinds of abilities that he had from his contact.
It's very interesting as you describe it. So in your family, there's been this intergenerational contact. You grew up in a home where there was some understanding and experience about ET phenomena before you were even born.
Yes.
And as you say, your father made a link early on, a connection. He identified a connection between you and St. Jessie, which of course is the name of, I guess, the Pleiadian who Billy Meyer had made famous through his written works. And so, as you say, not only are there elements of Pleiadian contact in your experience, but other star nations as well are communicating with you or through you?
Yes, and I believe that's the case for everyone as well. I think that it's important for us not to lock ourselves into a particular, you know, connection and say, you know, this is my family, because really we're infinite beings, right? Mm-hmm. And therefore, these are just different facets of ourselves that we're collecting and getting acquainted with right now, mm-hmm, via our awareness.
So, in other words, you're open to receiving contact. You don't, in your mind, there aren't any restrictions about nationality or race or planet of origin. Consciousness is consciousness. You're
exactly.
Open. That's fascinating.
Otherwise, it's racist. I mean, we're supposed to go beyond that, right? Of judging each other of our skin color, while same for star beings as well. Mm-hmm.
Do you believe that it's possible that people living on Earth today could possibly be incarnated from lives on other planets?
Oh, definitely. I think that is the case right now. From my understanding, the people that are here are time travelers. They're from the future, and we are here to correct a terrible wrong. It's to my understanding that we have come back here to avert a lot of things from happening, almost like the butterfly effect, where we have learned what works and what does not work. So synchronicities and things like that are keeping us on a certain path, a certain track, in order for a series of events to unfold. However, it does coincide with free will as well. It is a co-creation process, but it seems to be, you know, a great deal of excitement that we are going to be successful this time. That we've wiped ourselves out many times in the past, and there's no need to do that this time.
So tell me, Jessica, but going back to your earlier experiences, you grew up in a home where there was a lot of acceptance about the potential for contact and other kinds of mystical or spiritual experiences. When you were first learning about these connections on your own, were there times when you were shocked or surprised, or it was difficult for you or challenging in any ways to integrate the different kinds of contact you were having with growing up as a normal child?
I had no idea, really, until I was 16. And then when I started to learn this, I became extremely shocked, of course. And then, you know, I would start to listen as if they were just interesting stories, interesting adventures. I never really took it seriously, you know, particularly because my dad had strokes around that time, so I really thought he was crazy, and I really wanted to be normal and just fit in. But at the other side, it was just really interesting, regardless if it was true or not. And then it started to crash into my own reality, and I just started to realize, oh my gosh, the things that my father is saying are actually, you know, there's relevance to it, there's truth, that really, you know, truth is stranger than fiction.
So you were able to overcome the initial psychological challenges, as you said, that it was like more than one world integrating within you, and I guess in the world around you. Were there physical contact experiences around that time for you, or physical signs of contact? Was it all psychic?
See, this is a tricky question because a lot of people are having contact while they're sleeping, but they think it's a dream, but it's actually not. It's physical contact. Mm-hmm. And they think that it has to do with, they say it's missing time and things like that. How do I explain this? A lot of people are having experiences with ETs right now. I don't like the word ET, but in the star family, only they don't remember because they have inside themselves a understanding of what reality is, right? And anything that doesn't factor into this filter or understanding of what reality is gets filtered, filed to the bottom of our to-do list pile, and eventually we keep having these experiences, and we keep putting them on this pile, and it rises to the top and bleeds through into our reality, waking reality, where we have to deal with it and face it and remember it. And we're going to get really bizarre. Are you wanting to go really bizarre?
Jessica, you know, if I didn't think you were a lightning rod for new kinds of mind-blowing information, I wouldn't have invited you on the show. So you have free license to speak your mind and share your opinion. Okay, I'm not holding back anymore. Okay, so what happens is when a lot of people have their connection with their star family, very much like Avatar, you know, when he would go to sleep and he'd wake up in the Avatar realm and he'd be connecting with these star beings. And this is what we do. While we sleep, we share our connection with our star family of what it means to be human, you know, learning through the physical form, right? We're spirit beings having a human experience. However, when we have our wonderful experiences, we have interference from beings who are trying to psychically tap or bug this kind of experience to take the knowledge and for themselves, and instead they replace it with a really ugly experience, like you know, probing and things, and torture and things like that, which, you know, has people, whenever they think about star beings, they get really afraid. And that is a strategy that is used to block people from their actual memories and experiences. Now, just to sort of sidestep for a moment, you told me one time in one of our previous conversations that you in a way are a sort of a dream guide to people. People have dreams, and they see you in the dream, and then they remember you when they meet you. They remember you from a dream. Isn't that right?
Yes, this is true. I'm constantly working with people. I'm not aware of it myself. I only became aware of it when other people, wherever I travel in the world, it doesn't matter where, there's always somebody who will come up to me or recognize me on the street and be like, oh, I know you. You came to me in my dream.